Well, good evening, my brothers and my sisters. It's so good to see you again. Welcome to another Wednesday Wisdom Poetry. I am Sheraldon Brave, and it's so good to have you aboard and with me on this evening. So, listen, I usually say that I won't keep you long. I am going to keep you a little bit longer than I usually do because in the last week, since last week, Wednesday, when I saw you last, it has been a very eventful week for me. And I hope a very comfortable, loving, carefree one for you amongst all that's going on. All right. Hey, Cousin Kid, I see you there. Thank you, Michael, for tuning in. I appreciate you both. All right. So, listen, I am going to always start with my four liner, and the four liner will set the theme for this evening. And I also would like to share two of the things with you at the end of the poems that I'm going to be doing this evening. All right, so the first piece is entitled Hey Old Man. So that kind of explains what my whole week has been like with this. So let me just get into it. This is my four liner. I was called old man because of my gray. That happy little lad surely made my day. Once more. I was called old man because of my gray. That happy little lad surely made my day. So, by now, I'm sure many of you have seen my video I posted after I'd gone bike riding at the park about this little young boy seeing me, and he was just wanted to greet me, and he greeted me with, "Hey, old man." I cracked up. And I'm still cracking up. Every time I write about it, I talk about it, I see your reaction, whether it's just a reaction or a comment. I really, it touched me. More so because he wanted to speak. He wanted to be seen. He wanted to acknowledge me, and all of those things are just perfect in a perfect world for a little boy, a little girl. So actually, because of that, my whole, all the poems tonight are geared towards children. All right. So these are from my book, What Will I Tell My Children? You can get it at Amazon, or you can order it directly from me from bravepenandpaper.com. All right. So let's do the first one entitled Precious Little Child. Precious little child that I clothe and feed, I promise to fulfill above your basic needs. I promise to educate by what I do and say, and to appreciate your existence each and every day. I will offer you comfort when you feel alone or afraid, one of the many promises over time I have made. But above all else, I promise you my love. The only commitment greater comes from the Father above. Precious little child. And you can actually find this as a framed piece along with graphics. And actually, she'll probably not be happy that I said this, but one of my nieces is actually the her baby pictures used for this particular piece. I had an artist to actually sketch it out almost, oh my gosh, it's been that long, over 20, almost 17 years ago. And it's a beautiful piece. So check out bravepenandpaper.com and look for Precious Little Child. And then you tell me which one of my nieces you think it is. All right. Thank you. So the next piece I'm going to share with you is a piece entitled Little Black Boy. Little black boy born in a world so cold. Little black boy only a few hours old. Little black boy with a grip so strong. Little black boy, to whom do you belong? Little black boy, the years come quickly, but the gap of the classes leaves you alone and sickly. Little black boy, starving for some loving, still fighting for survival, enduring the pushing and the shoving. Little black boy, all hope is not lost. You can still make it through without the ultimate cost. Little black boy, here, take my hand. It is my inherited duty to help you stand. Because you are a seed with the potential to grow, what you will become, that I do not know. But I will nourish your mind and structure your constitution. Here's to your life, my little brother, my small contribution. Little black boy. And as always, right after the broadcast, I will be putting these up along with the video, and you'll be able to see the words yourself. All right, good. Okay, little black girl. Little black girl born with a spirit so strong. Little black girl, how will you get along? Little black girl with dreams of fairylands. Little black girl, here child, take my hand. I will teach you compassion for all God has made. I will teach you there's more to life than just making the grade. I will illustrate love through my relationships with others that will someday assist you in choosing a loving brother. I will teach you to reach further than what's at hand and to fight for what you believe in, firmly taking a stand. I will teach you to keep God the center of your world so you'll become a caring black woman and not remain a little black girl. Little black girl. The next piece I'm going to share with you is a piece entitled Believe in the Children. And let me just say this before I go any further. All of these, I think, is from chapter 1 because the title of the book is What Will I Tell My Children? So there are a few more pieces geared towards, older kids, but these are basically about the younger children. Believe in the children. Believe in the children, for they believe in you. Look how they marvel at the smallest things you do. Believe in the children, for they are our pride. They became our responsibility before the first sound they cried. Believe in the children. Show them the responsible way, so that when they choose erroneously, they understand there's a price to pay. Believe in the children. Establish a bond of trust. Then stand tall to the calling, because they are watching us. Believe in the children. Lift them up to the Creator. Encourage them to reach for the stars in science, math, music, and theater. Believe in the children. Encourage their curiosity, being ever so careful not to teach hate and animosity. Believe in the children. Take them outside to play. Spend time with other children. It will usher in a brighter day. But excuse me, just one second. It's not done. Believe in the children, because the laborers are few. Be a shining example to all children, not just the ones born of you. Believe in the children. And the last piece on that theme is entitled What Makes a Village? And I love the concept in our community of it takes a village. And so let me share this with you. They are all mine. They are all yours, whether they are playing or doing their chores, whether they be dark, whether they be light. They all need a safe place to lay their heads at night. Be her a female child or he a male child at birth, in the village of God our Father, they all have their worth. They all need love, whether they know it or not. They got it to give. Will you give what you got? So give of your time and give up your talents, because to make a village whole, we all have to be parents. What makes a village? Thank you for walking through those pieces with me. The whole book basically is based on those pieces. And again, that young boy, I know he's made many of you laugh. I've gotten so much feedback on that video. That video has actually been shared a few times. You all are laughing. Anytime I call home, my aunts are either texting me or calling me, go, "Hey, old man," my cousins. And matter of fact, I know that several of my cousins got together and decided to do this, to watch together. I'm not sure if it's a watch party. I think I just saw my cousin Angela pop up. I know my cousin Kit's there. I think I saw my sister Ben Andrea, and I believe Monice is probably on. And I'm not sure if Trey is on right now. But I appreciate all of you tuning in. I had a wonderful time on a group text with you guys last night. All right. So now this is a very special part for me because March is Women's History Month. And I hail from Georgetown, South Carolina. Wonderful little town between Charleston and Myrtle Beach on Highway 17. You can't miss it if you're going from one to the other. So, in honor of Women's History Month, I started compiling a list of women I remember in the Georgetown area as I was growing up into today that were business owners. And I wanted to go through a list, and I'm inviting any of you from Georgetown because I am going to add to the list for the last Wednesday of the month. And so, if there's any corrections, please reach out to me. Let me know if there's anyone that you know that I don't have on the list. I'm sure the list is not complete because you may know someone that I have not listed. But these women are phenomenal to me, and I just wanted to call a list of women in my hometown that I remember who own their own business or were co-owners in their businesses. All right, or now are. So, let's do this. Ernestine Johnson. She and her husband owned I believe the name of the store was Jean's Grocery. And there's Julia Anderson of Anderson's Gas and Garage. We have Ida Evans. She's in transportation. And Barbara Hume, she's in funeral services. Lizzie German was also in transportation. Susan Mutri was a laundromat owner and operator. We called her affectionately Miss Lena Hardy, I believe her last name is. She had a small store, and we just call her the candy shop. We called it the candy shop. It was right around the corner from where we grew up. And please excuse the fact that I do not have the first name for. I put it down as Mrs. Richard Watkins, or should I say, she's the wife. She was the wife rather of Reverend Richard Watkins. She was a restaurant owner in Georgetown. Mrs. Lucille Smalls, she was a shop owner and a landlord. We have Miss Nellie Herman. She was a fabric shop owner. We have Miss Myrtle Gathers. She was a cosmetologist. Miss Edna Brown, she too was a cosmetologist. We have Miss Mabel Holiday. She was a daycare and school operator. Jackie Lewis, she still is a daycare operator. And we have my aunt, Charlena Drayton. She is the owner-operator of Higher Heights Family Services in Georgetown. And I'm not sure that I have the correct first name for Ani Johnson. She's a restaurant owner in Georgetown. I had the opportunity very recently when I went home for my birthday to meet her mother and to dine with them. Then we have Miss Pearlie Mae Green. She was a cosmetologist and in transportation. And Miss Verbatine Manigault, she was a florist and seamstress. And Miss Vera Campbell, she was in insurance. And Mrs. Alberta Williams, she too was in insurance, and I believe she's retired now. So listen, I know there's so many more women that I may have forgotten. So please, you can respond to this video, to the link, to a comment in this video, or you can direct message me, or if you have my email, please feel free. I want to add to this. And why do I want to do that? My nieces are in their 20s and a little bit younger. They do not know a lot of these names, and I want them to know who these women were and who these women are. And when I give you an example of something, when I said that they were in transportation, there were several of them. These women actually had buses, and they would drive the low country. I'm not sure how low down. I know some came as far as went down to Andrews, South Carolina, and drove all the way up to Myrtle Beach, probably even a little bit higher, to take women to work on the beach. And I want to speak specifically. I know so much about Mrs. Lizzie German. I remember the fact that she named her buses after her daughter, Esperanza. We know her as Denise, and then there's, we knew her by another nickname, but we're gonna leave that alone. I'll let her put that on herself. But I remember all the buses were painted exactly the same, and she had family members driving them. And we would go, and outside of that, I remember her taking, or you could take the buses up to, what was the name of the Azalea Festival every year, and I looked forward to that. And she was just so businesslike. I remember as a young child thinking how businesslike she was, and I always wanted to do a list like this to reflect how strong, how wonderful, how beautiful, how connected these women are and were in my hometown. And so when I think about, I remember Miss Ida Evans, and she is the mother of two of my classmates, and the mother definitely of my classmate Sammy Evans. And I remember her, I would be on the porch and see her driving by. And I love the fact, I have to share this. And the buses at those times were standard shift, So she was making it happen and making it work. And I think I remember Miss Pearlie Mae Green also. And there's a few others there that handled the transportation. So they didn't just do something for themselves. They empowered other women to do what they needed to do to provide for themselves and for their families. So I'm not going to stay on that, because I really do want a complete list. So on next week, if you can, if you have someone that we can add to the list, please do so. If there's something that I need to correct on this list, please let me know. All right. So again, this has been despite everything that we all know that's going on, I look forward to seeing you every Wednesday, and I'm so happy to have been able to spend this time with you, and I look so forward to seeing you all on next week. I encourage you to continue to take care of yourself and check in on your loved ones, and know that I'm here for you. Two things I wanted to remind you of. I'm sorry about that. I post on, what's the new place? You can catch me on Instagram, all right? But you can also find me now on YouTube. Right after I shut down here this evening, within about 30 minutes, I'll upload it to YouTube. Why YouTube? Because some of your loved ones who you might want to share these broadcasts with are not on Facebook. So I encourage you to go find it on YouTube. You can just probably Google Sheraldon Brave or Wednesday Wisdom Poetry. And then just you could either send it by text, email, and there's a few other ways that you could send it, but definitely text it to them. Most people have a phone that they can actually see YouTube, or send it by email. They'll be able to see it that way. Now, if you're watching me now, but you don't know when I come on, or you sometime miss it, I've discovered, and I hope I'm right, so I'm sure someone will check it out for me and let me know, that right after the video, if you would go back in after this video and look it should be to your right. Yes, to your right, there should be 3 dots in a line, 3 dots. Just touch that dot on your mobile device, and it should say something like whatever you want to do. Hopefully you don't want to block me. So one of the things is be notified when Sheraldon Brave goes live. So you can hit yes, and then that should take care of you going forward, that anytime I'm on, you would be the first to know. All right? So I'm not going to keep you any longer. It's been a great day. Continue to take care of yourself. Do what you know is right. All right? You're getting all kind of information from every place else, so I will not dwell on that with you. So I want to end before I go into my closing. I just want to say I see you, Rajiv. Magruder, Mr. Magruder, James Taylor. Thank you for being there, David. I do see you, my brother. So I appreciate all of you, cause I see you again. I love you. Thank you. I mean, you have really shared so much of my work, and I really do appreciate you. And look at my cousin Benadera, just celebrated a birthday. Girl, thank you so much, because I would have forgotten. Happy birthday to my cousin, my beautiful cousin Benadera. She's a woman on her own. I love you, girl. All right. So listen, I'm going to run. I love you. There's nothing you can do about it. You can try, but you won't win. It's the one thing in this universe you will not win at. All right. So I will catch you on next week. Look forward to me uploading this to YouTube, and all the points I read this evening will be available. So we'll see you next week. Bye now.